But in that video, you can see one person running on a rooftop.
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We will try you, and we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Oh my God.
Wait, Cody, go, run. Whoa.
After days of speculation and mounting pressure, the FBI has officially arrested the suspected killer of Charlie Kirk. And here's the kicker. This announcement comes directly from the FBI director himself. Initial reports suggested police had detained a suspect, but confusion soon followed as officials clarified that 2 individuals arrested were later released without charge, having no current ties to the shooting. The shooting is still an active investigation, the Utah Department of Public Safety said in a statement, confirming coordination with the FBI, Utah County Attorney's Office, and local law enforcement. FBI Director Kash Patel added, an unnamed person had been detained for questioning, but was subsequently released. Governor Spencer Cox addressed the media, stating, I want to be very clear, this was a political assassination. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Commissioner Bo Mason of the Department of Public Safety confirmed the shooter remained at large and likely fired a single shot from a rooftop approximately 200 yards away. What happened? The incident occurred around 12:20 p.m. local time, about 20 minutes into Kirk's speech. He had just begun responding to a question about the number of mass shootings in the United States over the last decade. Social media footage shows panic as attendees fled the area. Kirk's personal security team carried him to a waiting SUV, which rushed him to a nearby hospital. He was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. CCTV footage shows a person in dark clothing, believed to be the suspect, moving across a rooftop. Authorities have not disclosed the type of weapon used or whether it has been recovered. Nationwide reaction. The shooting has triggered widespread shock and condemnation across the political spectrum. Kirk, who founded Turning Point USA over a decade ago, played a central role in galvanizing young conservative voters. He is survived by his wife and 2 young children. Officials have urged the public to remain vigilant as the investigation and manhunt continue. The FBI said it is working alongside state and local law enforcement to fully investigate and seek justice in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, the founder of the conservative youth activist organization Turning Point USA, during an event at Utah Valley University on Wednesday. The FBI asked for tips from the public as the manhunt for the perpetrator continued, urging anyone with information, photos, and video from the incident to share it with investigators. FBI Director Kash Patel said earlier, the agency stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. Officials are due to hold a press conference at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. UVU will be closed until September 14, according to a notice posted on the university's website. As the search for the suspect continued, President Donald Trump and prominent MAGA personalities sought to tie the killing to Democratic political rhetoric. In a video posted to social media, Trump said, "It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals," he added. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. Trump's son, Eric, meanwhile, told Fox News' Sean Hannity he was sick and tired of seeing the bullets. They are only going one way. Kirk, a 31-year-old father of 2, was considered a confidant of Trump and highly influential in the conservative youth movement. He founded the conservative advocacy group Turning Point USA, in 2012 at the age of 18, and in the 2024 elections was credited with building significant support for Trump among young voters. He was hit by a single shot during the outdoors event at the university's Orem campus shortly after noon. Kirk was taken to hospital, but was later pronounced dead. The Utah event was expected to include a "Prove Me Wrong" table, according to the tour's website. Ahead of Kirk's visit to Utah Valley University, some students started an online petition asking university administrators to stop him from coming. Though Kirk's visit was controversial on campus, police were tracking no specific or credible threats before the fatal shooting, Utah law enforcement sources told ABC News. More than 3,000 people were estimated to be at the event, according to the university's police chief, Jeff Long. There were 6 police officers, along with Kirk's private security, according to Long. Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason called the shooting a targeted attack and said the scene is a very large area. Mason said the only information they have on the possible shooter was taken from CCTV on campus and that the person was dressed in all dark clothing. The shot was fired on campus from a longer distance, potentially from a roof, he said. There is no evidence that anyone else was involved, according to authorities. Salt Lake City FBI Special Agent in charge Robert Bowles said the investigation is in the early stages. Vice President J.D. Vance called Kirk a genuinely good guy and a young father, while urging prayers in the aftermath of the shooting. Cox said earlier he was being briefed following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during the conservative political activist's visit to the campus. Those responsible will be held fully accountable. Violence has no place in our public life. Americans of every political persuasion must unite in condemning this act, he said on X. Condemnation came from both sides of the political spectrum. There is no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now, former President Joe Biden said. Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones. The attack on Charlie Kirk is horrifying, and this growing type of unconscionable violence cannot be allowed in our society, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a Democrat, said on X. Fellow Democratic Governor, California's Gavin Newsom, said on X that the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. This arrest marks a major turning point in the Charlie Kirk case, and the FBI's announcement proves the story is far from over. What happens next could shock us even more. If you found this update valuable, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big development. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think justice is finally being served? Or is there more to this story than we're being told? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.